Back to show number 2 here in Salt Lake City. As remember, last night we had show number 1 here in Salt Lake City. And let's do a recap. So Whiplash won the speed challenge last night, also winning 2-wheel skills and the donut challenge. El Toro Loco, the truck you see out there now, also has won the backflip challenge. Max D won freestyle, and there was some misinformation about the overall event champion last night. Whiplash actually won it, not Max D. Max D lost it by 2 points, as he only had 3 points, as there had to be a tiebreaker in a round with Whiplash and him. So Whiplash was your overall event champion from last night. So here we go with show 2, and we welcome the Monster Jam fans back that went to show 1 last night, and also any new fans that may have came to show 2. Tonight's competitors: Brianna Mahoon in Whiplash won a lot of challenges last night. Brandon Arthur in Crush Station, Frank Krimmel in Zombie, Ryan Disharoon in Adventure, Jamie Sullivan in Monster Mutt, Becky McDonough in El Toro Loco, Kristen Anderson in Gravedigger, and Colton Eichelberger in Max D. Tonight's competitions: the Speed Challenge, which will be 3 laps around the track like last night, and for those of you new viewers tuning in tonight, they're going to drive around the track 3 laps. If we were in a stadium, which you'll see on Saturday and Sunday in Anaheim, it will just be 1 lap around the racing lane. Then we go to 2-wheel skills. In arenas, they get 3 attempts to do any types of wheelies: bicycles, stoppies, moonwalks, sky wheelies, just regular wheelies. Then we go off to our donut challenge, which they get 2 attempts. And it's 10 seconds you have to do the donuts for. You must have 1 successful, and you'll hear this later on, but you must have 1 successful donut to receive a score. Then we go to our backflip challenge. It's 2 attempts. You get 2 backflips, and you must have at least 1 successful backflip to receive a score. Then we go to everyone's favorite competition, Monster Jam Freestyle, which the trucks will each get 2 minutes to show off their skills and tear up them trucks in our competition. So, Salt Lake City, welcome back to the greatest show on dirt. This is Monster Jam. Alright, so we're going to kick things off with our speed challenge here. So, unlike the other competitions where the drivers will receive a score, this is going to be a little different. And what we mean by that is, instead of receiving a score, the trucks go against each other, just like they would do in racing. We would just do racing, but it's kind of odd in the game, so this is how we do our racing. So we go to the stopwatch, and the trucks are competing against each other, like we mentioned. And the truck with the fastest time moves on to the semifinals. So, for round 1 of the speed challenge, we got El Toro Loco taking on Gravedigger. Remember, in the semifinals last night, if you watched, Gravedigger was supposed to go out and run, but El Toro Loco rolled over, scoring a DNF, automatically giving the win to Gravedigger. Then our next matchup for round 1, Max D taking on Whiplash. Whiplash is the defending winner of the speed challenge, as she won it last night. Then we got Monster Mutt taking on Crush Station, who Crush Station had a killer freestyle to kick things off last night from Monster Jam Freestyle. Unfortunately, could not get it done. And then we have Avenger taking on Zombie for our final matchup. Alright, Monster Jam fans, it is time to get things started. So, before we get this first matchup started, let's give you a rundown on the rules of it. So for the JCB Speed Challenge, JCB is not associated with this video at all. That's just the sponsor in real life, so that's the sponsor we're giving them. So it's a 3-lap run around the track. trucks obviously competing against each other, just like racing. Truck with the fastest time advances to the next round. That's 3 rounds, round 1, semifinals and finals. If a rollover occurs before a truck finishes their run, it is scored as a DNF. Even if the truck, and we saw this with Max D last night, even if the truck rolls over and lands back on all 4 BKT tires, it is scored a DNF in this round. In the Donut Challenge and the 2-wheel skills and backflip challenge, if the truck rolls back onto all 4 BKT tires, absolutely they can continue with their run, even during freestyle. But for this, even if you roll back onto all 4 BKTs, you're done. If the truck is in sidewalls and none of the body touches the dirt, you are allowed to save it and continue. But if once the body touches the dirt, it's scored a DNF. Alright, so here we go. Now remember, the first truck out gets lane choice, and it looks like El Toro Loco's gonna bypass that first lane. And she's gonna go, Becky McDonough's gonna park her truck behind this lane, so she gets 3-second countdown. And she starts now, so we got things kicked off already. It's 3-lap run. Remember, you don't want to touch those little circle things or any of the lines on any of the jumps. If you do, then that is a time penalty. Oh, El Toro Loco back on all 4 BKTs, but unfortunately, a DNF there. And that means Gravedigger automatically advances to round 2. So Gravedigger gets a free pass into the next round already, automatically. If this was NASCAR, fans would be calling that a Mickey Mouse advance, but this isn't NASCAR, so that's just how it works. Something about racing and El Toro Loco, though, does not get along. So we just have to write down on our little notebook here that Gravedigger automatically advances, and it's a DNF for El Toro Loco. Alright, now we got our second matchup. Whiplash versus Max D, and since that run is over, since that matchup is over, Max D can choose any line he wants. So here's Colton Eichelberger, not Max D Gold, Max D. But here's Colton Eichelberger coming out here. Gets the 3-second countdown. And he can start right now. Nice job so far by Colton Eichelberger. Final lap. Got into a bicycle there for a minute. There's no penalty for going out that far there. It's just gonna slow you down, and it's 33 seconds even for Max D, so is that enough to move on to the next round? We'll have to find out. As Whiplash and Brianna Mahoon is going to come out here and see if they can steal a trip to the semifinals away from Max D. So Brianna's not allowed to choose that lane. She has to keep driving. Gets the 3-second countdown. And she can start. Final lap for Brianna Mahoon. Oh, she ran over that line. That's a 2-second penalty. So remember, the score, their time to beat for Whiplash is a 33-second even run by Max D. And your time for Max D originally was supposed to be a 36.22, but since that's a 2-second time penalty for running over that line, it's going to be a 38.22. Not enough to move on to the semifinals, so Whiplash will not be running it back tonight. But the next truck out, Jamie Sullivan in Monster Mutt. So Max D obviously able to defeat Whiplash there after a rollover and DNF in last night's speed challenge. Alright, Jamie Sullivan ready to start things. She too had a rollover. And she is off. So remember, she had a rollover during last night's, like we were saying, and got a DNF. Have to see how it works for her. Oh, the body touched the ground, I think. Her time is paused. Regardless, it is a rollover. And Monster Jam officials are going to rule that a DNF. So just like El Toro Loco, not a very successful speed challenge for Monster Mutt. So that means, as Monster Mutt rolled over there, that means Crush Station has a guaranteed spot in the semifinals. Only one truck has beaten the other truck on time. Alright, so the last matchup now, and lane choice is optional for the first truck out. We got Avenger. Ryan Disharoon and Avenger coming out here. Oh, he's gonna bypass this first line here. It's the 3-second countdown. And he is off. So far, so good for Ryan. One to go as you see him getting to that bicycle there. Oops. Alright, so Ryan's run is over, and it's a 33.76. We'll have to see, though, if it's enough to go to the semifinals. And the last truck for round one is Zombie. So Zombie has to choose this lane right here. And I bet you Zombie's kind of happy because that's the lane where the drivers have had the most luck. And he is off as the 3-second countdown is over. Final lap for Zombie. Alright, Zombie's run is over. And let's see what it is. Remember, his time to beat is at 33.76, and the time for Zombie is a 31.17. He's going to the semifinals. And that is also our fastest time turned in the speed challenge so far. Alright. So round 2 is set, and kicking things off of round 2 is everyone's favorite head-to-head competition, Gravedigger versus Max D. And this is for a spot in the finals, and up first we got Gravedigger. So here's Kristen Anderson in Gravedigger. She didn't even get to turn a single lap in round 1, thanks to the rollover by El Toro Loco, and just like last night, she didn't get to turn a single lap either, thanks to a rollover by El Toro Loco. That's kind of nice to know you have a guaranteed spot in the next round, but she is off. Max D will be forced to choose the other lane. If you're the first truck out, you definitely want to avoid a time penalty. But final lap here for Kristen. Ooh, that was close. And it's a 31.93 for Kristen Anderson, so that's our second fastest time. Of the evening. Zombie still leads with the first fastest. Alright, so here we go. Next truck out, Max D. To see who goes to the finals. Alright, so remember, Colton has to choose the other lane because Gravedigger chose this first lane here. And it's the same thing in Stadium Championship Series. The truck has to choose the opposite lane of their competitor. And he can start right now. Final lap for Colton Eichelberger. And remember, the score to beat is a 31.93, or time to beat. Your time for Max D is a 30.68. That is now our fastest time turned by one of these Monster Jam trucks. And that means Colton Eichelberger is going to the finals. Who will his opponent be? Only one more matchup to find out. And we're going to start that now. So Crush Station, just like Gravedigger, did not get to turn any laps in round 1 thanks to a rollover by Jamie Sullivan in Monster Mutt. Crush Station can choose any lane of his choice. Looks like he's going to go with this first lane here. And he can start now. That is a rollover, and Zombie will move on to the final round automatically. Alright, it is time for our final round of the speed challenge. And it is Max D versus Zombie for the win. Last night's final round was consisted of Gravedigger and Whiplash, with Whiplash taking the dub. Whiplash was knocked out in the first round by Max D. And now we're going to have to see which truck is going to win tonight. And it all starts now. Alright, Max, Colt Eichelberger can choose any lane he wants. And he can start now, and the finals start now. So last night, Colt Eichelberger and Max D was your freestyle winner. Oh! His time stops. And we're going to have, Monster Jam officials are going to have to put that under review, because if any part of his body touched the ground, Zombie wins automatically without having to go out there. His body did touch the ground, so therefore Zombie is your speed challenge winner as a result of a DNF by Max D. Frank Krimmel and Zombie gets all the way to the finals as a result of beating his opponent in the first round, and then a rollover by his opponent in the next round. And guess what? A rollover by his opponent in the final round, giving him the win without him having to turn a single lap. And that's going to be 8 points even for Zombie. Look at that. Performing some stunts for you to celebrate. Alright, so now we got to add up these points. So, well, not add them up yet, but just put the points in. Okay. Alright, fans. Well, that's it for the speed challenge. Zombie wins. Whiplash wins last night. Zombie wins that tonight. Now it's time for our Great Clips 2-Wheel Skills Challenge. And this is where your guys' votes will matter. And we're going to give you the rundown right now. So remember, what you guys say matters, because it's going to decide the winner of this. Alright, here's the rundown of the Great Clips 2-Wheel Skills competition. So each competitor will get 3 attempts to attempt any wheelies, a moonwalk, bicycle, sky wheelie, or just regular wheelie. Points will be awarded to each competitor, and the competitor with the highest score wins. The run comes to an end if a rollover of any sort occurs, but remember, unlike the speed challenge, if they roll onto their side and roll back onto all 4 BKT tires, they can continue with their competition, and they are still eligible to win the competition if they have a good enough hit. But up first for the 2-Wheel Skills competition, put your hands together for Ryan Disharoon in Avenger. So if you're just now tuning in and missed the speed challenge, Zombie won the speed challenge just now, and we're off to the two-wheel skills competition. And then remember, fans, this is where voting matters. So after each attempt, I will start a stopwatch for 20 seconds. And once that 20 seconds is up, then if there's no scores in the comments, I will give them my own score. But here we go. Two-wheel skills competition, looking at that as first hit. Nice sky wheelie there to start things off. Into another wheelie. He gets 2 more attempts. Going for that bicycle. And that's it. So 20 seconds now, Monster Jam fans, for you to go ahead and score that. Ten seconds left. All right, and that score will be a 2 because he had some nice attempts, but on his second attempt there with the bicycle, put it on its side, so unfortunate for Avenger. But moving on to the next one, we have Whiplash. So Brianna Mahoon coming out here, the defending winner of this competition from last night. What can she do tonight? There's a bicycle. 2 of them. Flips it back around for hit number 2. Into a nice sky wheelie, into a stoppie. Alright, last hit for Brianna Mahoon. And onto her side she goes, but not before landing a sky wheelie. Alright, 20 seconds, Monster Jam fans. What do y'all think for Brianna Mahoon? Ten seconds left. Alright, time is up. Nobody has scored. So I'm going to give her a score, and I'm going to say that's a 6. That is definitely a 6. Had nice hits, even the stoppie, so yeah. Alright, up next we got Frank Krimmel and Zombie. He won the speed competition. Now it's time for the two-wheel skills competition. Here he goes with hit number 1. Oh, look at that. 2 bicycles there. Into a stoppie. And he can continue because he landed back on all 4 BKT tires. And his final hit. Oh, I'm not too sure that one's going to work out for him. All right, fans, 20 seconds. What do you think the score for that run is? Five seconds left. And that's time, and the score for Zombie is going to be a 4. Obviously did not get the truck to go the way it was supposed to, so very unfortunate. But up next, we got Colton Eichelberger in Max D. After him, we'll be halfway through the skills competition, ladies and gentlemen. Nice sky wheelie there for Colton. Onto his slid. Back onto his side, and unfortunately over. 20 seconds to decide that score. I don't think that's worth anything more than a 1. Four seconds left. Time. And that's going to be a 1 for Colton Eichelberger, so I don't see him winning this competition either, and Whiplash continues to lead. Alright, up next we got El Toro Loco. And after El Toro Loco, we just got 3 trucks left. El Toro Loco had a good chance to win this competition. And lost it to Whiplash. Nice sky wheelie. Oh, look at that. Oh, into a bicycle, kind of a stoppie. We haven't seen something like that. That was a nice flip into some other wheelies. And unfortunately onto her side, and that's going to end things for El Toro Loco. So 20 seconds starting now for you guys to decide. And that is time, and for El Toro Loco, it will be just a 5, so not gonna beat Whiplash. Whiplash continues to lead. And up next, Jamie Sullivan in Monster Mud. There's a nice sky wheelie. Into a moonwalk. We haven't seen a moonwalk. Oh, bicycle. Another big sky wheelie there. Oh! And over on the second hit. 20 seconds for you Monster Jam fans to decide. That's got to take the lead right there. There's no way it doesn't. Less than 10 seconds to go. And time. So the score to beat is a 6 set by Whiplash, and your score for Monster Mutt is an 8. So that will take the lead. Monster Mutt is your new leader with 2 trucks to go. And up next, we got Crush Station. All right. So let's see what Crush Station can come out here and do. Crush Station with the nice big air and sky wheelie. Into a stoppie. Moonwalk. Remember, oh, Monster Mutt did the same thing, but over on upside down goes Crush Station. Not what he was planning. So you get 20 seconds to decide the score for Crush Station. Ten seconds left. And time. The score to beat is an 8 by Monster Mutt. Your score for Crush Station is a 6. So Monster Mutt continues to lead. Crush Station takes over second place. And one truck to go in our Great Clips 2-wheel skills competition. And that is none other than Kristen Anderson in Gravedigger. Nice bicycle there. And look at that sky wheelie there. Into a stoppie. Nice stoppie and moonwalk there for the last hit, and 20 seconds to decide that. I think that one's got to take the lead right there. I think Gravedigger might have this in the bag. 10 seconds left, Monster Jam fans. And time. So the score to beat is an 8 by Monster Mutt. Your score for Gravedigger is a solid 10 by the judges. So Gravedigger wins the 2-wheel skills competition. And it was without a doubt that Kristen was going to win that after that ride she put down. And people may wonder the factors that went into deciding that. Well, Kristen Anderson hit all of her attempts, had that nice bicycle, big air, a sky wheelie turned into a stoppie, turned into a moonwalk, and then a nice bicycle to wrap it all up. Oh, I guess Kristen went too far and could not get back up there. But now she is up there. Alright, folks. Before we get into our next competition, which is the Donut Challenge, we're gonna log the scores for this in the results for the 2-wheel skills competition in. Also, it is important to know that the overall event championship is going to be a factor in tonight's event, because this is a 2-show event. We had our first show last night, and we have our final show tonight. And the trucks that finish in the bottom 4 in points will be knocked out of next week's event, and they'll have to go compete in a stadium somewhere. So just keep that in mind. And it's going to be based off of the overall event standings. So you're going to want to finish in the top 4 in the overall event standings if you want a chance in next week's show in Greensboro or Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. Alright, your results are in for the 2-wheel skills competition. You got Gravedigger in first, Monster Mutt in second, Crush Station in third, Whiplash in fourth, El Toro Loco in fifth, Zombie in sixth, Avenger in seventh, and Max D in dead last. After that, not so great run. It is time for our Donut Challenge, though. And just like last night, for those of you who may be new tonight and not sure how it works, basically the Donut Challenge works like this. You have to do a donut and last for 10 seconds. You get 2 attempts, so you do 2 donuts. It's mandatory that you do 2 donuts. You have to last for 10 seconds, and if you have to complete 1 successful donut to receive a score for it. If a rollover occurs at any point, regardless if you have one successful attempt or not, the run's over. If you don't have one successful attempt, you receive a 0. If you have one successful attempt and you roll it on the second attempt, the fans get 20 seconds to decide your score. And kicking things off for the donut challenge, Brianna Mahoon in Whiplash. So she hasn't won anything yet. She actually won this challenge last night. Looking to run it back. This is her last opportunity to run it back before she's going to have to try to win for the first time. She won the first 3 events last night. The speed challenge, 2-wheel skills, and donut competition. And she's looking to run it back tonight with another win, as she has not been able to do that yet. So, just like for the speed challenge, we use the stopwatch for this one too. And the donuts must be done on each side of the arena. So she'll drive to the other side, do a 10-second donut over there. And she can start now. So she must survive for 10 seconds, and she has survived for 10 seconds over here. That stops. Oh, she's over, though, after the first donut, and that's going to unfortunately be her run. If you flip at any point, that is, your run is over. So you fans get 20 seconds to decide the score for that, as it has been one successful donut. 10 seconds left. And time. And your score for Whiplash for that will be a 3. Up next, we got Brandon Arthur and Crush Station. Had an okay 2-wheel skills competition and a really good speed challenge until he rolled in the semifinals, eliminating a chance at the finals. And his time starts now, so remember, must last for 10 seconds. And that is it. He did last for 10 seconds, so he will receive a score. So go ahead and decide your scores now. Less than 10 seconds left. And time. Alright, so the score to beat is a 3 scored by Whiplash, and your score for Crush Station is a 3. He too gets a 3. Also, it's important to note that during the 2-wheel skills, which we've completed, and during the donut and backflip challenge is gonna be the challenges where you're gonna see the most possibilities at a rollover. Obviously during freestyle it can happen at any time, but those are gonna be the challenges where you have the most shot at seeing a rollover occur. But up next, Frank Krimmel and Zombie, who won the speed challenge and did not have such a good finish in the 2-wheel skills competition, but his time starts now. And over, and he did not last 10 seconds. He was over at 9 seconds, so he receives a 0 for that, and we move on to our next truck. There was just a 1 second difference. Had he held on for 1 more second, he would have had a chance to get a score. Up next, Ryan Disharoon and Avenger. As we're gonna upright Zombie and get him off the track. Remember, he won the first event, so that's kind of something to be happy about, but these past two events hasn't done so good in, and you need to do good in these next event, in any events, to get a chance at that overall event championship. So far, the first three trucks that went out, though, all ended up on their side before they got to their second donut attempt. And here we go, the time for Avenger starts now. And he was in the sidewalls, so he is allowed to save that truck. However, he's going to have to last 3 more seconds here. And that's that. He did last the 10 seconds. So, 20 seconds to decide a score, and that starts now. The score to beat currently is tied at 3, set by Crush Station and Whiplash. Your score for Ryan Disharoon and Avenger is a 2. So that's not going to take the lead, and it's still tied. And as you learned last night, if you watch, if it's tied after every truck goes out there for first, there will be a sudden death competition. Alright, next truck is Jamie Sullivan in Monster Mutt. Has not had good luck. Well, I take that back. She didn't have good luck in the speed challenge. She did have good luck finishing second in the two-wheel skills competition. So here we go. Time starts now for Jamie. Oh, she did last the 10 seconds, so she will receive a score. And 20 seconds to decide. Ten seconds left to score Jamie Sullivan and Monster Mutt. Alright, so the score to beat as time expires is a 3 by Crush Station and Whiplash. Your score for Jamie Sullivan and Monster Mutt is a 4. She's going to take the lead with a 4 because when she saved the truck, she was still in donut form and still hit a donut when she landed back on all 4 BKT tires. That is something the judges did not see. They liked that. So Jamie Sullivan takes the lead, and now, unless if one of these next 3 trucks ties that, and we stay at a tie, we don't have to worry about a sudden death round in this competition tonight. But the next truck out will be Becky McDonough and El Toro Loco. She won the backflip challenge last night. Looking for her first challenge win of tonight. No truck has successfully, as she's going to start her donuts, no truck has successfully completed both sets of donuts yet. And she is being told to stop as she has made the 10-second and is still on all 4 BKT tires. Becky McDonough might be the first truck to do it. She does not necessarily have to complete a second successful donut to receive a score, or even really take the lead for that matter, but here we go. She's starting her next, because I feel like she made it to this next round, and the time is up, and she's on her side. Monster Jam fans, you get 20 seconds to score that run. And the loader is out. They are uprating El Toro Loco. And you got 10 seconds left to decide the score for that run. And that is it. So the score to beat is a 4 by Monster Mutt. Your score for El Toro Loco is a 7. She made it. She made it to the second donut and basically filled the time before rolling it on its side. So in order to top that, you got to have a really good donut, or you just got to be you just got to be good enough to tie that. Alright, so the next truck out, Kristen Anderson and Gravedigger. She won your two-wheel skills competition. And she'll be looking to either tie or take the lead here in the donut competition. And Monster Jam fans, as soon as this challenge is over, that just leaves one more challenge, separating us from everyone's favorite, Monster Jam Freestyle. So she must come to a complete stop before she can start her donuts, and here we go. Time starts now. And she's being told to stop. She has completed one successful donut, and just like Becky McDonough, can drive to the other side of the arena now. Here we go. So Kristen Anderson just has to fill her time, and I don't see why she shouldn't be able. As she does, she fills her time. She's going to do one more just to celebrate that. She stays on all 4 BKT tires. That does not matter, though. And you guys got 20 seconds to score that run. Does that take the lead away from El Toro Loco? Or does it tie El Toro Loco? Less than 10 seconds left. And time. The score to beat's a 7, and your score for Gravedigger is... that too is going to earn a 7. So we are tied for the lead. And unless Max D can come out here and take the lead, we might be looking at sudden death, as Max D is the last truck out. So here comes Colton Eichelberger. And here he goes. Time starts now. Oh, Colton Eichelberger has filled the time, but he puts it over on the first donut. So you get 20 seconds to score that run. Ten seconds left. I do not see that tying or taking the lead, so we will be going to a tiebreaker. And that is it. And your score for Max D is a 5. So we'll be going to a tiebreaker, and back out will come Becky McDonough, because she'll be going first. Now this time, doing a tiebreaker, it's only one donut, and you receive a score. If Becky McDonough puts this truck on its side before completing her donut, because it has to be 10 seconds still, before completing her donut, if she puts this on its side, Gravedigger is going to steal another challenge. Becky's time starts now. And the 10 seconds is filled. And you guys get to score that, and you got 20 seconds to do so. Okay, time is up. Your score for El Toro Loco for that is a 6 because she had to obviously save it, and that plays a factor in deciding. So Gravedigger, if Gravedigger does not require a save and fills the time without putting the truck on its side before the time, Gravedigger can win this competition. But it's up to you guys for the first 20 seconds. And Gravedigger's time starts now. And the time is stopped. And not once did really Gravedigger require a save there, so 20 seconds starts now for your score. Will we go to double sudden death? Ten seconds left. And time. The score to beat is a 6 for the win, and your score for Gravedigger is a 6 also. So we are going into sudden death again. This time, though, Gravedigger will go first since Gravedigger is already out there. So this is double sudden death. They're going to send Gravedigger to the other side, so that way the fire marks don't already do something. So Becky McDonough can still win this. Here we go. Time starts now. And the time is over. And they uprated Gravedigger, so for the first 20 seconds, remember, the time was over before she rolled. So when you decide your score, remember that. 10 seconds left. And time. So your score for Gravedigger for that is a 7, just like round number 1. So El Toro Loco to send us to a third sudden death round can go out there and match that, or defeat Gravedigger, or Gravedigger wins as a result of a flip by El Toro Loco before El Toro Loco's run is over. And they're going to allow her to use this side too. And here we go. The time starts now. Oh, Monster Jam fans are questioning. It is confirmed that she did not flip until the run was over. The score to beat is a 7 by Gravedigger, and your score for El Toro Loco is an 8. So El Toro Loco wins the donut competition. Becky McDonough, you see her blowing the smoke out of the thing, celebrating into a stoppie on top of the platform. Just defeated Gravedigger in double sudden death for the Donut Challenge win. Nice run by Gravedigger, though. Mentioning forcing double sudden death. Unfortunately, just could not finish there. Max D got a good finishing position, or place in there. Monster Mutt got a solid finish for that. I mean, Crush Station did okay. Same with Whiplash. And then you had Avenger struggle, and Zombie didn't get a score for that at all. Alright, Monster Jam fans. It is time for the challenge before everyone's favorite challenge, Monster Jam Freestyle. But first, before that, is the Backflip challenge. Let's go over the results, though, of the Donut Challenge. So we got El Toro Loco in first, Gravedigger in second, Max D in third, Monster Mud in fourth, Crush Station in fifth, Whiplash in sixth, Avenger in seventh, and Zombie in eighth. Alrighty, though. So kicking things off for the Backflip challenge will be... First of all, the rundown of it. Drivers will get 2 attempts to complete successful backflips. Must complete at least 1 successful backflip to receive a score. Drivers may either use the containers or the dirt pile. And if a rollover occurs, and at any point the run comes to an end, if a rollover occurs after a driver successfully completed 1 backflip, they will receive a score. But kicking things off is Brandon Arthur in Crush Station. Crush Station went first for Freestyle last night. Put down a killer run. And that will not be a score at all for Crush Station. Over on the very first try. So Crush Station puts it over on the first try. That will not be a score, as we mentioned. So Crush Station gets 0 for the Backflip challenge. Alright, up next we got Frank Krimmel and Zombie. What will Zombie do? So right now the current score to beat is a 0. That is 1 successful backflip from Zombie. Zombie eyeing the same flip that Crush Station was, and a successful backflip. And you guys get 20 seconds to decide the score for that. Alright, your time up. The time is up. Your score to beat is a 0 by Crush Station. Your score for Frank Krimmel and Zombie is a 6. So Zombie takes the lead with that. And the next truck out will be Ryan Disharoon in Avenger. Oh, he might be going for this big air jump. We ain't seen anybody try this. And how about that backflip? Nice, using the dirt pile. Had one successful backflip, and the second was not successful, but will still receive a score, and you guys get 20 seconds to decide. Ten seconds left. Also, after this challenge, we will go into our Monster Jam intermission before we do freestyle. As time expires for that run, your score to beat is a 6, and your score for Avenger is a 3. Only one successful backflip, and unfortunately, that's not enough to take the lead. And up next, we have Brianna Mahoon and Whiplash. Did not have a great backflip challenge last night. She won the first 3 events last night, has not won anything yet tonight. And here she goes in the backflip challenge. So just like we saw Ryan Disharoon do, she's got a ball in that big jump. And nice backflip there. So she got a nice backflip. Looks like she's going to try utilizing the dirt. Just the dirt too, and count it. That was a successful backflip, just like Zombie, and you guys get to score that now. Ten seconds left. And time. The score to beat is a 6 by Zombie, and your score for Whiplash is an 8. So your new leader, Brianna Mahoon and Whiplash. Judges really liked that first attempt, and she gets an 8 for that. And your next truck out, Colton Eichelberger in Max D. Let's see what Colton's got. Nice backflip by Colton there. Still has one more hit. He will receive a score regardless of what happens. Eyeballing the other container. He's just going for the containers. There's the backflip. And you guys get 20 seconds to decide the score for that. Ten seconds left. And time. The score to beat is an 8. And your score for Max D is a 7, so that's only good enough for second place. Apparently the judges liked it a little more when Brianna Mahoon hit both backflips on the dirt. But it's not even just that. I think it's that first backflip where she really got the air. That plays a factor. And your next truck, Becky McDonough and El Toro Loco. El Toro Loco stole the the donut challenge from Gravedigger in 2 sudden deaths. And now has a perfect opportunity to back it up with another backflip win. Look at that, nice big air. Oh, and that's gonna unfortunately do it for Becky McDonough and El Toro Loco. Nice backflip there, but time starts now to give her a score. And we just have 2 trucks remaining after this. 10 seconds left. 2 trucks left before we go to our intermission. But before we take our intermission, you will know, obviously, who won the challenge, as that's the time. And the finishing order of the challenge. And the score to beat is an 8 by Whiplash. Your score for El Toro Loco is a 6. They liked the first backflip, but unfortunately that was unfortunately the only backflip El Toro Loco got to do tonight, as she ended up in the wall there and could not get anywhere near close to being able to put that truck back on all 4 BKTs and continue. And the next truck out will be Jamie Sullivan in Monster Mutt. First attempt. Nice backflip by Jamie Sullivan there. She gets 1 more attempt, but she will receive a score regardless of what happens. She might be trying something we have not seen yet. Another backflip from the same place. If this goes well, this could take the lead, and it does, and you guys get 20 seconds to decide the score for that. Time. The score to beat from Whiplash is an 8. Your score from Monster Mutt is a 10. So unlike last night where she got no score, Jamie Sullivan has a good chance to win this competition. And that just leaves 1 last truck. Gravedigger for the backflip challenge. And 1 viewer, stick around because there's 1 truck left in this backflip challenge. And that is Gravedigger. Then we take our brief intermission. And then it is gonna be everyone's favorite, Monster Jam Freestyle. So here's Gravedigger. Kristen Anderson really likes the attempts out of the other trucks. Hits that backflip nice. And it looks like she's going to go for the logs hit. This has cost a lot of trucks tonight. Kristen going for it. Oh. All the way over. And you guys get to score Kristen for that one. And you got 20 seconds to do it. She is eligible because she landed a successful backflip. 10 seconds left before we decide our winner. And time. The score to beat set by Monster Mutt is a 10. Your score for Gravedigger is a 3. And that means Jamie Sullivan in Monster Mutt wins her first challenge of this of both of these shows and wins the backflip challenge here tonight. How about that? Jamie Sullivan with the backflip challenge win, hitting that big jump twice, doing a couple backflips off of that. And that is what won it. And before we go to our intermission, you will know who, or the finishing order. You already know who won the backflip challenge. But you will know the finishing order here. Alright, folks, before we take our intermission, we will tell you the finishing order. So in first for the Backflip Challenge, Monster Mutt. Whiplash came in second with a score of 8. In third with a score of 7, Max D. Fourth with a score of 6, El Toro Loco. Fifth with a score of 6, Zombie. Sixth with a score of 3, Gravedigger. Seventh with a score of 3, Avenger. And in eighth with a score of 0, Crush Station. And with that, we will go into our brief intermission and see everyone back here in a couple minutes for everyone's favorite competition, Monster Jam Freestyle. Alrighty, folks, here we go. Welcome back for everyone's favorite competition, Monster Jam Freestyle. And let's give you a brief rundown before we kick off with our first truck. But here's the rundown of Freestyle. Drivers will get 2 minutes to push their trucks to the limit and show off skills. Skills can include backflips, moonwalks, etc., high air, stuff like that. Wow factors like flips, like rolling all the way over and then back onto all 4 BKT tires. Driver must fill 30 seconds of their run to receive a score. So if it does not say a minute 30 on the clock when they roll that truck over, then they will not receive a score. A driver must fill 1 minute of their run, otherwise the score will be docked by a point. So it must say 1 minute to go if the truck rolls over for them to get the full point. If not, they'll lose a point. If it was worth a 10, it would only be worth a 9 if they don't fill a minute of their time. If a rollover occurs, the driver can try to save the truck and continue as long as there's time on the clock. Otherwise, the run is over. If they completely turtle the truck, their run automatically is over. However, if they land on their side in this competition, they can put the truck into some sidewalls, bring it back down onto all 4 BKT tires. They will get 5 seconds to do that, though. Otherwise, the run will be over. Alrighty, folks. Well, kicking things off for Monster Jam Freestyle is Frank Krimmel in Zombie. Timer starts on his first jump. Looks like he's going for this big air automatically. And already into trouble. Into some sidewalls. Into a bicycle, back down onto all 4 BKT tires. He can continue with his freestyle. We had a killer freestyle run last night with Crustacean to kick things off. And so far, nice job by Zombie bringing that back down onto all 4 BKT tires. And that is a flip right there into a wheelie, into a slap wheelie. This run is going to be a killer run. Just like Crustacean's was last night, I have a feeling. Look at that nice big air into a sky wheelie. Uh-oh, in trouble. And with 2 seconds left before his run came to an end, he brings it back down on all 4 BKT tires, and he can continue with his freestyle as he had a really nice move there. Bound, going for the backflip and lands it. Zombie was unable to fill his time last night. As of what a save that was. I don't know, this first run, kind of like Crustaceans, might be hard to beat. Less than 30 seconds to go. The Speed Challenge winner, kicking things off in freestyle, and we have not been disappointed yet. And that is it with his run. And he's going to finish the freestyle on all 4 BKT tires. And Monster Jam fans, you get 20 seconds to score that run. Ten seconds remain. Drop your scores in the comments below if you saw that full freestyle. Alright, time is up. And your score for Zombie's run is a 6. So a 6 right off the bat to kick freestyle off. Not bad, but up next, your backflip challenge winner, Jamie Sullivan in Monster Mutt. Nope, not that. We want to go to Salt Lake City. And after this event, or after this challenge, you guys will find out who will be going on to Wilkes-Barre next weekend and who will have to go to a stadium event or take the week off. As look at that crazy start to Monster Mutt's run, and we actually started the stopwatch. So Monster Mutt will get a little more time here. And look at this. Back onto all 4 BKT tires, in trouble, and a save into another slap wheelie. These runs are crazy to start freestyle. And she still was not onto all 4 BKT tires, but finally did bring it back down. Landing hard on that right side, sending her into some flips. Corkscrew 360. And a backflip into a stoppie. Monster Jam fans, this run right here might be hard to beat. Jamie might have already have this one locked up. No Truck has won 2 challenges tonight. Oh, she's over onto her side, but brings it back down in time, into more trouble. With 30 seconds left in her run. This freestyle is going to be hard to beat, that's one thing's for sure. Regardless if she fills this time or not. And that is it. Her run is over. And you get 20 seconds to score that freestyle. Depends. I'll have to see. Alright, but score that freestyle, guys. Yeah, well, time is up for that one. And the Monster Jam officials look at each other and they're scoring that a 10. And I don't blame them for scoring that run a 10. Also, freestyle is not like other competitions. There is no sudden death in freestyle, meaning there can be ties with the leader. And so basically, if Gravedigger was to go out there right now and tie with Monster Mutt, Gravedigger would be scored as the leader. But up next, Ryan Disharoon, Avenger. He's already gassed off and hitting his first jump, so that time starts now for his freestyle. So we saw Zombie and Monster Mutt put down killer rides, but Zombie's ride does not top what Monster Mutt put down for us. I think Monster Mutt might have this in the bag already. Now we're just 2 runs into the freestyle. We'll have to see, as No Truck was able to win more than 1 challenge in a row. We had Zombie win the Speed Challenge, Gravedigger won the 2-Wheel Skills Challenge. The Donut Challenge was won by El Toro Loco. The Backflip Challenge was won by Jamie Sullivan in Monster Mutt. And right now, she has the lead. Alright, so Avenger will receive a score, and he does not have to worry about being docked any points, as he has filled a minute of his time into some trouble. Bicycle there into the wall. More bicycles. Over and into a save, into a slap wheelie. Going for this log. Oh, he gets a backflip off of it. Went for the logs. Only one driver has attempted a backflip off of the container, and that was Frank Krimmel and Zombie when he kicked us off in freestyle. And with 2 seconds to go until his run ended, he brought it back on all 4 BKT tires, but now he's got less than 10 seconds. However, I don't think that this run's going to take the lead away, or even tie for it. Good run. And he puts it on its side to end it. That's going to be it for Avenger. He fills his time just like Monster Mutt and Zombie. And you guys get 20 seconds to score that freestyle. Remember, the score to beat is a 10. And time is up for scoring. The score to beat is a 10. Your score for Avenger is a 5. They give him a 5. He didn't do anything like Zombie or Monster Mutt. He gets a 5. And up next, it is the man who kicked it off for us last night and put down a killer ride, Brandon Arthur in Crush Station. First jump starts his time, and it starts now as he hits that one jump next to the biggest jump. Into a nice backflip there. I feel like if one of those trucks would have done that, they probably could have beat Jamie Sullivan. Because while she had 2 flips off the dirt, nobody attempted to hit it from that side. He's going to hit it again and land another backflip. Oh, into a wheelie, tearing that monster truck up. Putting it on its side, back on all 4. BKT Tires into more trouble. And another backflip. I think Jamie Sullivan hit like 4 of those, but she also did a lot of other stuff that we have not seen Crush Station do yet, like the 360 and the rolls and stuff like that. Crush Station will receive a score as he's got less than 30 seconds left in his run, so he has filled a minute of his time and 30 seconds. I don't know, this run's looking like it might tie Jamie Sullivan, and if that's the case, Jamie loses the lead here. There's another backflip. And to end his freestyle, he puts it on its side. And the score to beat is a 10 by Jamie Sullivan. And you guys have 20 seconds to score that freestyle. Alright, time. The score to beat is a 10 by Monster Mutt, and your score for Crush Station is a 9. It's not enough. Crush Station takes second place, but not enough for the lead. And up next, Zombie has already done his freestyle. You are more than welcome to go back and watch that. Also, I am going to tell you, if you want to subscribe and turn on notifications, you will get to see Zombie in our first stadium event on Saturday, so stay tuned for that. Our first stadium event of the season is Saturday, and Zombie will be competing there too. But meanwhile, we got to get the next freestyle underway, and that is Gravedigger. First hit, remember, starts that 2-minute timer. And Kristen hits her first jump, and off we go in freestyle. She's already into a bicycle there. Nice bicycle by Kristen there. Oh, she struggled with one of those last night. This time, though, gonna be able to land it on all 4 BKT tires and continue with her freestyle. Oh, look at that backflip. I ain't even seen anything like that before. Monster Jam fans, when you vote, when you score the end of this freestyle, consider that move right there. And that one-wheel wheelie, we haven't seen one of those yet. Or that one-wheel stoppie, correction. Kristen's just the 5th truck out. We got 3 more trucks to go after this freestyle. and she's already putting down a ride of a lifetime. She might potentially be able to beat Jamie Sullivan. Remember, the highest you can go is a 10. Jamie Sullivan at Monster Mutt put down a killer ride as the second freestyle. However, if a tie occurs and Kristen scores a 10 as well, Kristen Anderson will be the leader. Because obviously she's went after Jamie Sullivan. So she will be the leader if the fans give her a 10. If the fans do not give a score within 20 seconds, and I don't know if you're still in here, Marie, and understand how I do things here. So basically, I'm going to explain. You get 20 seconds at the end of each thing that requires a score. So like two-wheel skills, the donuts, the backflips, and this. You get 20 seconds to score each truck. And if nobody gives a score within 20 seconds, then the truck is automatically given a fair score by me, so whatever score I think is fair. As that is the end of Kristen's freestyle, and she ends it with a nice sky wheelie into another one-wheel stoppie. This time she actually finishes her freestyle instead of ending up on her lid. And Monster Jam fans, you get 20 seconds to score that run, starting now. Ten seconds left. Score that run, ladies and gentlemen. I will give an extra few seconds. I'll give you an extra 10 seconds, so up to 30 seconds to score that run. Alright, that is the time, 30 seconds. So the score to beat is a 10 by Monster Mutt, and your score for Kristen Anderson and Gravedigger is a 10, according to the judges. So Gravedigger takes over the lead here, but that does not mean Gravedigger is safe, because Gravedigger has to hold on to that for 3 more trucks. And the next truck up is Becky McDonough and El Toro Loco, the yellow edition. Becky decides that everyone's been hitting that big jump first. She's going to go for something else. She did win your donut competition tonight. Oh, she started things off with a backflip, something we have not seen yet. Oh, trouble though for Becky McDonough. What is that? What even is that? Becky McDonough might have just taken the lead right there, but of course for the first 20 seconds after this run is over, it's not up to me. Oh, into the container there. Becky in trouble. Becky's in trouble. Uh-oh, I don't know if she'll be able to save this one. No, that is going to be it for Becky McDonough with 1:12, so that will be a deduction of 1 point. So whatever you Monster Jam fans give her within these first 20 seconds, which starts now, it will be deducted by 1 point because she did not complete a minute of her time. However, she does get a score because she completed 30 seconds. So, Marie, if you pop back in, El Toro Loco just did the run, or even whoever else. You get a chance to score the run, and I'll give you a few seconds. Okay, it does not look like a score has been given, so that would have been a 10 if she filled a minute of her time, but instead, that's going to be good enough for third place with a 9 because if she gets that 1 point deduction. Unfortunate for Becky McDonough, not going to win freestyle here tonight. And that just leaves us with 2 trucks to go, and up next, we have who we thought originally won the overall event championship last night, Max D, going out there. So Colton Eichelberger going out there for his freestyle run. And the Monster Jam is gonna, he ended up on his lid, but Monster Jam's gonna reset him because, it went, the wrong thing got hit again. The stopwatch got hit instead of the actual timer. So here we go, run starts now. Look at that, big air into a stoppie. Oh, getting into El Toro Loco as we're going to pretend that Becky McDonough is still sitting over there. Oh, did not land that backflip. But still has it on all 4 BKT tires. This is your defending freestyle winner. After this truck, just one more truck remains, and then you'll find out that your freestyle winner and your overall event championship winner, and then you'll find out the 4 trucks heading to Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, next week for our next arena event, and the trucks that will either take a week off or go to the stadium. Let's look at Colton Eichelberger. He will be receiving a full score. And I can't imagine that this won't tie Kristen Anderson, but we'll have to see what the judges think. Kristen Anderson did do a few more crazy things than Max D did. Oh, there's a roll. We ain't seen one of those since Monster Mutt. And as the timer comes to an end, Max D's all the way over. That's going to end his run. His run was over anyway. So Colton Eichelberger put down the ride of a lifetime last night, but we're going to see what you guys score that run, and it starts now. The timer for you guys to score that run. Time is up. Monster Jam officials look at each other with the score to be a 10, and they say that this is going to only be worth an 8. While they got the roll, it just wasn't enough to impress the judges completely, and with 1 truck left, Kristen Anderson survives for the moment. Can Kristen win freestyle here tonight? Remember, Kristen won an event earlier tonight. She won the 2-wheel skills competition. Jamie Sullivan and Monster Mutt won the backflip competition. Jamie Sullivan has no chance to win it now, but Kristen Anderson still does. Has no truck. Has won more than 1 event tonight, but Whiplash has won none. Here goes Brianna Mahoon, and her run starts now. Big air for Brianna. Oh, into trouble already, though. So far, that's not really much wow factor for the judges, but still plenty of time to get some nice wow factor in there. Having to save the truck again, but so far, Brianna Mahoon not having a good run. That was probably the biggest wow factor she's had there, besides the few power outs, is that slap wheelie. Here she goes, though, with the backflip. And over onto her side. Brianna puts it back on all four BKT tires with 46 seconds. She can continue with her freestyle, but the judges so far don't have anything to be impressed about, and that's looking kind of scary if you're Brianna Mahoon. You haven't impressed the judges much yet, and they're the ones you really want to impress if you don't impress your fans very much, because they're going to be the ones that give you a score if the fans don't. This is kind of looking like Zombie's run, you know, it's like Zombie put down a killer run, did a couple things better than Brianna did here, but just overall, it's just not, there's just no wow factor, and Brianna has to save it, and she gets one last hit as her time expires. That will count, and this is her last hit, and again, just nothing exciting for Whiplash, but for the first 20 seconds, you fans get to decide if that run was good enough to tie Gravedigger and Monster Mutt to take the win here in Salt Lake City. If not, then Gravedigger will win Freestyle. We'll have to see, though. Still a couple seconds for people to submit their scores and time. So the judges look at each other. The score to beat is a 10. And the judges score Whiplash with a 5. So not a good freestyle for Whiplash. Whiplash will leave this event with her head hanging. And maybe she'll get to go to a stadium event next week. We'll have to see, though. She might be able to go to Wilkes-Barre. We'll have to see, though. But Kristen Anderson and Gravedigger with a perfect score of 10, tying Jamie Sullivan and Monster Mutt, wins Freestyle here. So the first truck to win more than one event tonight is Kristen Anderson and Gravedigger. And here she comes to the top of the jump pad. Alright, Monster Jam fans, give us a few seconds. We're going to take a short intermission. And when we come back, we will have your overall event champion. So stick around. Alright guys, it is time to crown the overall event champion. We just gotta put the results in to the computer. And once they are in, we will read off the order and decide your overall event champion. So stick around, because you're gonna find out the 4 trucks that are not going to the next arena event, and they'll either go to a stadium or obviously have the week off. Alrighty, folks. So your overall event champion and freestyle winner is Kristen Anderson in Gravedigger. And it was a tie between her and Monster Mutt, but because she won the most events out of tonight, like the most challenges with the freestyle, winning the freestyle and two-wheel skills, she by default wins the tiebreaker. So Kristen Anderson wins the overall event championship, and Jamie Sullivan comes in second place. For the overall event championship. Alright, so let's read the official order. So first, Gravedigger, second, Monster Mutt, third, El Toro Loco, fourth, Max D, fifth, Zombie, 6th Crush Station, 7th Whiplash, and 8th Avenger for the overall event standings. And that means Zombie, Crush Station, Whiplash, and Avenger will be knocked out of next week's arena event. We know Avenger and Zombie are for sure going to go to a stadium, but they don't know about Crush Station and Whiplash yet. But you will find that out by next week. So they won't be competing, well, there might be a Whiplash truck there or something like that. There might be a truck there that's the same. We already mentioned Zombie was going to be in Anaheim, but that doesn't mean it's going to be the same driver. In this case, these drivers will either take a week off next week or they'll go to a stadium. And that means Gravedigger, Monster Mutt, El Toro Loco, Yellow, and Max D, they will all be in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania next Wednesday and Thursday for another arena championship series. And with that, Monster Jam fans, we say so long from Salt Lake City. Thank you, Salt Lake City. We'll see you back here later this season for another Salt Lake City show. But that's all for now from Salt Lake City. Our crew will see you in Anaheim on Saturday and Sunday for the first event of the Stadium Championship Series. Trucks that will be there will be leaked to our social media, which is the same as our YouTube channel. So if you look us up on Instagram, you can find that, and we're gonna leak the trucks that will be at next week's event. Until then, so long.